Today I'll be giving my Premier League team of the season. I guess no point waiting, let's get straight into it. Starting in the goalkeeper position, it's going to be a tough one. There's definitely a couple of contesters. I think everyone's going to have the same two. Matt Sells and David Raya. Both have the same amount of clean sheets. But Matt Sells has actually made more saves. And I feel like the reason why I'm going to pick Matt Sells here instead of David Raya is because David Raya could easily get it, but because of the amazing improvement that Matt Sells has shown, that is why he's getting my goalkeeper of the season. And because he's got the most clean sheets, he's made countless save after save, and has been really key for Nuno Espirito Santos's plan at Nottingham Forest. Now onto the defence. I am having a 4-3-3 formation because it is my favourite formation. And then right back, I kind of want to go for Munoz, if that's how you say it, at Crystal Palace. I mean, he has had an incredible season. Even his goal contributions. Yes, he is a defender, like a right back or right wing back, but he has actually gone forward quite a bit. He's got 9 goal contributions in the Premier League. And also in the FA Cup, he got 3 goal contributions, and he was one of the main reasons why they managed to get to the FA Cup final and win it. I mean, obviously Crystal Palace winning a trophy is fantastic, but yeah, he's great at defending and attacking for Crystal Palace. But I'm thinking Trent Alexander-Arnold. I feel like overall, it's more impressive that he's won a league title, and I still feel like overall he has had a better season than Munoz at Crystal Palace. I feel like there were a couple of games where Trent made the odd missed pass. You know, defensively he's always been a bit iffy, but overall he's still a decent defender. Okay, he's a decent defender. He's got an amazing pass on him. His long passing is going to be threatening at Real Madrid. And I agree with Jurgen Klopp. I don't know why people were booing. He's been there for like 20 years of his life. Let him breathe and let him flourish at a different club. He's growing up now. He's leaving home, leaving his parents' Liverpool, and he's moving to a new place, Real Madrid. I think what he's done at Liverpool, he's always going to go down as a legend. And considering he's had a good last season at Liverpool, he's in my team of the season, definitely. But it was close between him and Munoz. Moving on to the centre-back position, I'm going to give it to Milinkovic. You know what? I could swap and change between him and Murillo, to be honest. 2 Nottingham Forest defenders that have been absolutely fantastic. I switch between them all the time. But I feel like he's been signing of the season for Nottingham Forest. Definitely signing of the season. The amount of headers that he cleared out of the penalty box, that intercepted from loads of teams crossing it into the box. Because the way Nottingham Forest plays is they allow so many crosses into the box. They allow so many balls to be lofted through into the penalty box that Milinkovic has to head them out. The amount of headed clearances is crazy, like over 200 throughout the entire season. He's been superb, and Nottingham Forest, their defence has to be their highlight of the season. So Milinkovic, brilliant. Nottingham Forest, brilliant. Now on the other one, I was thinking I want to put Dan Burn. Yes, I am a Newcastle fan, and that would be biased. And Dan Burn is definitely a contester because number one, he's been brilliant for Newcastle. His slide tackling is so clinical, it is crazy. And the fact that he's been brought up into the English national team, the fact that he has won a trophy with Newcastle and he's actually from around Newcastle is brilliant. His story is brilliant, and he is a great defender that gets the tackles done, clinical tackling. But Virgil van Dijk has won Liverpool a title, and overall he's just better than Dan Burn at everything. Positioning, overall experience of being a world-class centre-back. He's my captain, and he has to be in team of the season and centre-back, no doubt. But I was tempted to put a full Nottingham Forest centre-back partnership, but I just can't. Liverpool has to have another player in there. But to be fair, I feel like James Tawaski is definitely a contester. I think he's been brilliant at Everton. Honestly, really, really good. Now into left-back position, I've picked 3 here. I've picked Kirkes, Lewis Hall, and Gavaglio. And Kirkes, I mean, his crossing has to be up there with Trent's passing, because he's been crucial not just defensively but in the attacking scenarios. From a tactical perspective for Bournemouth, he has been brilliant. He has helped out Bournemouth finish in a decently high position for them, and he helps out on the attack so much, and overall he has been brilliant. But I don't think he's been on the same level as Lewis Hall. I feel like defensively Lewis Hall has been better than Kirk has, because I remember, just to give some examples, against Arsenal, both times in the Carabao Cup, he silenced their attack, and he was absolutely brilliant. You do have to remember, Lewis Hall did get injured at the end of the season, so he only actually made 27 appearances in the Premier League. But in my opinion, he has been the best left back at Newcastle in my time watching Newcastle. By far the best left back. But then he's competing with Gvardiol at Man City, which, again, I feel like it's between Lewis Hall and Gvardiol. Lewis Hall did get injured. I feel like if he didn't get injured, I'll be a bit more confident saying this. But I am going Lewis Hall. I mean, Newcastle won their first trophy. He deserves it. I mean, he's 20 years old and he had an absolute fantastic season. The amount of times he got man of the match for me in Newcastle United games is crazy. But Gvardiol, it's this much in it, and I could chop and change constantly. But yeah, very hard for left back. Maybe I'm a bit biased saying Lewis Hall. Yes, he didn't get any goals. He still got 4 assists. And he still helped out defensively loads for Newcastle. Now, moving into the midfield, I'm going to pick Youri Tielemans. I feel like I have to. Aston Villa has done brilliant, despite Champions League football maybe making them a bit tired at points. Overall, they managed to get 6th position, and Youri Tielemans has to be possibly Aston Villa's best player, in my opinion, possibly. I mean, overall, throughout the season, he got 10 goal contributions. And throughout the entire all competitions this season, including Champions League and all that, he played 53 games and got 15 goal contributions. And it's not about the goal contributions either. They are impressive for a central midfielder, but mainly the passing in general. He works incredibly well with just simple short passing. He gets the job done. His pass accuracy must be very high, and he kind of sits in the midfield in the middle of the pitch, and his vision, that's the one. His vision is brilliant to pick out players like Ollie Watkins, for example, running in behind opposition's defence. To pick out players like him is brilliant. His through balls are brilliant. His passing is brilliant. Not just when he gets assists. His long passing is brilliant, and I think he's one of the best players for that. Sitting in the midfield and feeding players running in behind the defence. I think he's probably the best at that in the Premier League. I would say Kevin De Bruyne, but I think his fitness has kind of, and also his injuries, has kind of put him down a level. And the downfall of Man City has kind of put him out of contention for team of the season. So I think Youri Tielemans is bang on correct in my opinion. And then I'm going to have to give it to Declan Rice. Gravenberch is definitely a contester, but Declan Rice is on another level. I mean, those back-to-back free kicks against Real Madrid was crazy in the Champions League. But overall, a box-to-box midfielder like him is brilliant. I mean, he helps out defensively, and he helps out in the attack as well. And he has to be definitely in the team of the season. Probably the best Arsenal player, because he also helps with goals. Yeah, he only got 4 goals in the Premier League, but he also got 7 assists, and he was crucial. His passing is brilliant, and he's a great box-to-box midfielder. Now, again, there is a lot of contestants like Alexis McAllister. I feel like he has had a good season. Bruno Fernandes has also had a good season. Yes, you might say he hasn't had his best season at Man United, but he has to be the best Manchester United player throughout the season. Has to be. And he is the only world-class player remaining at Man United. But because of how bad Man United were, I'm struggling to put him. But then you look at Cole Palmer, he did kind of dip off partway through the season. But if you look at the start of the season in 2024, he was flawless. He was brilliant. So I feel like I'm going to give it to Cole Palmer. I think he's been absolutely brilliant for Chelsea. I mean, they've got Champions League football. There were a bit of dips in form, but I feel like he only just about gets it. And we have to look at the start of the season. But I am tempted to give it to McAllister. Very tempted. And I'm sure people in the comments are going to be thinking, you should have put McAllister over Cole Palmer. maybe I should have. Maybe I'm regretting my decision thinking about it. He has been a crucial asset for Liverpool ever since he came in. You know what? I'll change it. I'm putting McAllister in my central attacking midfielder role. You can tell how close it is. I feel like Cole Palmer fell off quite a bit of the season and McAllister didn't fall off. That's the difference. He had more of a consistent season, so I'm going to put him above Cole Palmer. But you have to think about it. I feel like Matheus Cunha also had a great season as well. I could put him in that position, and I kind of want to, but he also had injuries and he fell off a bit. So I'm going to give it to McAllister. I think it's the easy option considering Liverpool won the title. But let's get into the obvious one. Player of the season, Mohamed Salah in right wing. Has to be. I mean, is there anything more to say? He is just an Egyptian god, the Egyptian Premier League god. He's just brilliant. Golden boot, loads of assists, no more to say, is there? Then in striker, I am giving it to Alexander Isak, but good contesters for it. Erling Haaland, but I feel like he dipped off. I mean, the start of the season, brilliant, but then he dipped off throughout a lot of the season. He was quite quiet, and I don't think he is team of the season worthy this season. And though he got 22 goals, Alexander Isak got more. And I felt like overall, he had a more of a consistent season than Erling Haaland. I do have to admit, in the final part of the season, Isak did kind of dip. His decision making in the final third did kind of dip. And that's why I'm kind of leaning towards him not having it. But other than the final part of the season, his goal scoring was there. And his link up with Jacob Murphy, which is a contester to be in right wing, was brilliant. The best partnership this season has to be Alexander Isak and Jacob Murphy. If it wasn't for Mohamed Salah having a great season, Jacob Murphy would definitely be there alongside Alexander Isak. But Chris Wood as well. I mean, he's had a brilliant season, but I feel like Alexander Isak can do more than Chris Wood. He's got more pace. He can not just be a striker, he can also be a left winger and a right winger. His dribbling, I feel like, is better than Chris Wood's this season. And I feel like he's more of an all-rounder than Chris Wood was. And he also scored more. And then in left wing, I know Bryan Mbeumo doesn't play there, but I'm still putting him in left wing position. I mean, Luis Diaz, I do like Luis Diaz at Liverpool, but I don't think he's had as of an impressive season as Bryan Mbeumo. I mean, 20 goals. I mean, if I could also put Wissa in, I would, but it's incredibly hard. And I feel like I also want to put Jacob Murphy in that position, but I'm going to have to put Bryan Mbeumo. 20 goals, 20. And Brentford have been playing fantastic. I mean, he is rumoured to go to Man United. He is rumoured to go to Newcastle. It looks like he's leaning towards Man United. I don't know why, Newcastle have Champions League football. But yeah, ultimately, I've probably missed a few players, no doubt. But I am going to go into my manager of the season, Arne Slot. I was correct in my prediction that Arne Slot will continue the style of play from Jurgen Klopp, and they wouldn't fall off. I didn't say they'll win the title, but I did say that he will continue the legacy, and I was right in that sense because he did, and he did one better, and he got them the title. Brilliant. But I feel like good mentions for manager of the season. I definitely feel like Eddie Howe and Nuno Espirito Santos has definitely been good managers this season. I don't think Pep has been as good as previous seasons because I feel like he needs to adapt his tactics a bit more. So I'm not even going to put him in the contention for my assistant manager of the season. Now, assistant manager of the season doesn't mean actual assistant managers. It just means the second best manager of the season. And I want to give it to Eddie Howe, but I'm going to give it to Nuno Espirito Santos. Because Nottingham Forest, I said they'll finish last for goodness sake. Don't listen to me. But they finished 7th. And they could have finished even higher. They were very close to finishing in the Champions League spot, to be honest, at the end of it. But I feel like the style of play is shocking. Because that defensive thinking of sitting back, then going on the counter and trying to score first is brilliant. Because he signed the right players. He signed Milinkovic. And I hadn't even mentioned Aina at Nottingham Forest. Haven't even mentioned him. He was brilliant for a lot of the season. All of the defenders at Nottingham Forest were. But I feel like the shock performance from Nottingham Forest heavily lands on the defence and Nuno Espirito Santos. Because I feel like that style of play was so effective, and I think he deserves it over Eddie Howe. So Arne Slot and Nuno for my 2 best managers of the season. But let me know what you think. Have I missed any players? What would your team of the season be? Tell me down below. And I'll see you in the next video. For now, have a lovely, lovely day. Toodle pip.